If my wife, she see me looking at haram on my phone, how can she love me? How can she respect me?
At this point of the video, I believe that sisters will like this.
Brothers will be upset. How does a wife make her man happy? 3 things. I'm your brother Yahya Adel Ibrahim, born in Canada, living in Australia.
What are the reasons for cheating in marriage? How should a person act if she or he learns that he was cheated on?
Subhanallah, cheating is of different types. The Prophet ﷺ said, eyes commit zina, they commit cheating. Ears commit zina, mouth commit zina, hands commit zina, legs commit zina. And finally, may Allah protect us, private part, يُصَدِّقُ ذَلِكَ أَوْ يُكَذِّبُ, will either commit it or not. So if my wife, she see me looking at haram on my phone, how can she love me? How can she respect me? How can she stand behind me in namaz? How? If my wife, she hear I'm talking on the phone, listening to somebody saying to me, oh, Yahya, this and that, I want to see you. And I say to my, oh, it's somebody from work. How is she going to trust me? If I'm writing text message, saying something not good, how is this going to help my family? So cheating can happen. It's not just the big cheating. The worst cheating in marriage is emotional cheating. It's where your wife thinks your heart with somebody else. Your mind is somebody else. Your writing is with somebody else. So we have to be careful with this first.
What is the reason that leads him to cheating?
Some men are evil. There's no excuse. You're never going to hear me say if she give him more attention. Because wallahi, a man who is going to cheat, even if his wife is 24 hours a day giving him attention, he's still going to cheat. Because his heart is marid, sick. One has to protect their heart, do what is good to open themselves to Allah. Allah will protect them from this haram. If you want to be happy in your home, you have to stop the small haram that will lead you to bigger haram. What makes a man, a woman cheat is that they have not made Allah important in their life. They think that if I close the door, if I delete the message, nobody knows. So they have no muraqabah. If your relationship is just me and my wife and I forget Allah is there, how am I going to survive in life? Who is going to be enough for me in marriage? Nobody.
So imagine that the woman realizes that she was cheated on. What should she do?
Do you want the easy answer or the hard answer?
Both of them.
Okay. The easy answer and not the good answer is, oh, go tell your father, go tell your mother and ask for divorce and make his life public. Let everybody around you know my husband did this. You will never be happy the rest of your life. I'm not saying don't talk about it to somebody who can help, but I'm saying just picking up the phone, oh, he is this, he is that, is going to make you a miserable life. This is the easy answer. The hard answer is how to help each other in ta'ah to Allah, is how to help each other become better. So there is something called the psychology of redemption, the psychology of fixing a problem. It's only 3 steps. The first is self-critique. The person has to understand their mistake. Not you tell them. They have to know what they did is wrong. And the only way is for them to feel between themselves. Not everybody tell them that they inside themselves, they have nadam in themselves. This is wrong. Number 2, they have to make self-control. They have to learn how to stop from the mistake. So if somebody's husband, they, a'udhu billah, watching haram on their mobile, then they need to change their mobile or change the Wi-Fi password or change their thing that it puts a block. You have to develop control. So you have to say, how can I stop using this in this way? Okay, what I need to do is Wi-Fi, my wife, you choose a different password. Or get yourself an older phone. Get yourself Nokia 8250. Remember? From 20 years ago, just a screen, which is safe, no problem. You have to develop self-control. Number 3 is you have to self-sacrifice. You have to give up something to make the other person feel better. I cannot watch haram, my wife knows about it, and say, forget it. La, I have to sacrifice. I have to do something to show her I understand why she is upset. Unless I do this, my life will be miserable. 3 steps. My mistake is my mistake. رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا. I made a mistake, Ya Allah. Number 2, how can I stop this? Number 3, I have to give my family or the people I made wrong something to make them feel better about what I did.
What if nothing works?
And if a person is evil in the heart, cannot change, then divorce is needed. Divorce is not a dirty word. The word divorce is not a dirty word. It's not, sometimes in our culture, we make divorce worse than zina. Wallahi.
Into a moment that I can't get on you anymore. I can't continue with you anymore.
Of course, you're not married until you have a moment where you don't like each other, but you love each other. See, you can love each other, but not like each other. You can be upset with each other, but still love each other. That I would do anything in the world for her, but I don't want to talk to her for 1 hour. No problem. Rasulullah ﷺ was like this. He had a moment in his life where he was upset with Aisha, with Hafsa, with all of his wives. He stayed in his apartment upstairs above his house for 30 days, 29 days. He still loves, but he had to have a little point of separation. He would visit them every day, but he would not stay. كيف تجدون? How is everything? They're good? Okay, khayran, alhamdulillah, and would visit. Because there was something that he was upset about. So you can be upset, but you still love each other. Nobody who says life is happy, 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 except that they are either hiding the truth or they don't know they're unhappy. I leave you with a true story. Al-Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahmatullahi alayhi, he said, since I married my wife 20 years ago, I have never been upset with her and she has never been upset with me. They said, كيف ذلك? 20 years. How? It's impossible. He said, إذا تكلمت, when I say something she doesn't like, سكتت. She is quiet and doesn't respond to me. And when she says something and I don't like, I am quiet a little bit. I don't respond straight away and I let her say what she wants. She gets it out, I get it out. ثم نعود إلى بعض. Then we come back to each other. There's a hadith about this as well. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, تزوجوا, when you come to choose your wife, marry somebody who is wadud. She is tender, loving. Walud, she will be good with children. She wants to make a family. A'ud, ta'udu bil khayr. That if you say something good or do something good, she returns good equal or more. You say assalamu alaikum, she say wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Right? And then he said, التي إن غضب زوجها. She's a woman, your wife, who when her husband is upset, وضعت يدها في يده. She puts her hand in his hand, وقالت لا نذوق غمضا حتى ترضى عني. And says, we will not sleep tonight until we are happy with each other. Allahu Akbar. That is a happy life. When you look in the media today, there are some famous celebrities, some of them court cases with their wife. Right? When you see this celebrity, money more than he can count, cars, fame, everything, movie star. But in the court, you hear that he doesn't feel safe, that there is abuse, that there is drinking, and there is violence. What you see sometimes in the outside is not what's in the inside. For us as Muslims, we are more interested in the inside than the outside. Look at the words of Rasulullah ﷺ. He said, خَيْرُ مَتَاعِ الدُّنْيَا الْمَرْأَةِ الصَّالِحَةِ الَّتِي إِن نَظَرَ إِلَيْهَا زَوْجُهَا أَصَرَّتْ. The greatest ni'mah, the greatest blessing in life is a good woman who when her husband sees her, even from a distance, he feels happy in his heart. SubhanAllah. If he's away, she is careful. She look after the house and the family and the children and the money. She is honest. She is caring. She is loving. Khalas. If you have this in your life, if you have a good woman, she will also have a good man. For her to be queen, you have to be king. And for you to be king, you have to treat her like a
queen.
She has to be your son, and all of the other women are stars far away. If she feels somebody is bigger than her, you will have a difficult time in life.
Wash the dishes or make the ironing?
Allahu Akbar. This is every day. Rasulullah ﷺ, the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, he washed the dish for Aisha radiallahu anha. He make his own clothes, he fix it. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Even when Aisha is next to him. The hadith of Abu Dawood, beautiful hadith. Aisha, she's sitting. It's a hot day inside the house with the Prophet ﷺ. She's watching him. فَإِذَا عَرَقُهُ, he is very hot. His sweat makes on his forehead too much water. Why? He is sitting fixing his clothes. Aisha, she's sitting watching him. فَتَبَسَّمَتْ, she smiled. فَقَالَ أَتَضْحَكِينَ, are you laughing at me? No, O Messenger of Allah. But when I saw your sweating, I remember the poetry of pre-Islamic Arabia. One poet, Abu Hudayl, he said, when I see your sweat, it is more precious than the pearls in the deep ocean. I said, this is written for you, O Messenger of Allah. فَقَامَ وَضَمَّنِي وَقَبَّلَنِي. So he left his clothes that he's fixing. He hugged me, he kissed me. And he said, Aisha, you are more than this to me, Aisha. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So every 2 days, I do the laundry in my house. You as a man, you have to do something to make yourself valuable in your home. Your value in your home is not just bringing the money, but living in your home. And I'm not saying that you have to change your whole life and everything. No. But when you help your wife, it is something she will never forget. She will remember the moment you helped her when other people didn't. SubhanAllah.
At this point of the video, I believe that sisters will like this.
Brothers will be upset. Aisha radiallahu anha, she is asked, what did the Prophet do when you were alone in the house? She said, كان حديث Bukhari في خدمة أهله. He was khadim, meaning servant for his family. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. How does a wife make her man happy? 3 things. First is the ego. Make him feel like the king of the castle. SubhanAllah. If I come home and I feel like a visitor, then why come home? Why do some brothers, they are outside too many hours in the day? Because when they are home, they don't feel like the king. I want to feel like a king. I'm a man.
But sisters say that we don't want to be ruled.
Not ruled. If I don't feel like a king, you will not be a queen. So I have to feel like a king. Number 2, I have to be approached for intimate time, not to be the one to always ask. Usually our wife, sometimes they make this mistake. They wait for the husband to start, to say, come here and, in that intimate time. Number 1 thing husband wants is for the wife to show she wants him, not I have to ask all the time. Number 1 reason when husband and wife are divorcing, this is the first thing the husband say, Sheikh Yahya, I feel like I have to ask her like begging to just hold my hand. I say, this is not right. This is not the sunnah of our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Third thing to make the husband happy is to never take something that is his secret or his mistake and tell other people, ever. The moment you do that, you will never have a man. He will never trust you again. And if you have made this mistake, you have to promise him it will never happen again. And he have to believe you. You have to show you are meaning it, inshallah.
What do you do when you encounter a problem at home with your wife? What is the solution? You have a problem, she wants something, but you don't want to do that. What is the solution in here?
Whenever we are solving conflict, the number 1 rule is that the conflict doesn't have to be solved, but you have to work through it. Meaning, I can have a problem that will not be solved the rest of my life. Just say my wife does not like and get along with my mother. It's going to be there. His mother is there. Not going to change. I don't have to solve it, but I have to learn how to deal with it. So then we come with a strategy. We say, okay, listen, when you are upset with her, I don't want you to tell her, you tell me. I can talk to her. So I'm not going to solve the problem, but I'm going to fix how to make the problem not bigger. If you think there has to be solution for every problem, you are going to have a very difficult life. Some problems cannot be solved. You just have to manage the problem. Number 2, communication, even if it's just with your eyes. Listen to the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aisha was sitting with him sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa radiyallahu anha. A woman, not Muslim woman, she comes. فَسَبَّتْ عَائِشَةً. She look at Aisha, she want to upset Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She say, you are this, you are this, you are this. She's swearing bad words to Aisha radiyallahu anha. Aisha is strong, she can answer. She says, I look to my husband's face. فَإِذَا بِهِ يَغْضَبْ. I see in his eye, if I answer the woman, he would be upset. He say to me, be quiet. فَسَكَتْ. I was quiet. ذهبت ورجعت. The old woman come back. سبتني ثانية. She again, I look to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my husband. Don't, shh. So I'm quiet. Third time, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Aisha, she says, I look to him, I see in his face, he is okay. Okay, give it to her. فانتصرت. I give her big words. ذهبت ولم تعد. She leave, never come back. She knows now I will answer her. Why is this important? With his eyes, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is able to communicate. Communication is important. You cannot feel in your heart upset and then you not let your husband, your wife know. It cannot be that they think everything is okay and it's not okay. Sometimes our wife, they have this bad habit. You think something is not right, so you come and say, is everything okay? Yes. You say, are you sure? Just tell me what's wrong. Nothing. Allahu Akbar. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Allahu Akbar. This is not the sunnah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, a Muslim cannot yahjur akha, cannot be away from another Muslim 3 days. How can a wife be away for 1 week? One brother, he said, Sheikh, I never talked to her 1 month. I said, astaghfirullah, are you Muslim? How? How can you be Muslim? La. This is not the deen of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Some say that after we got married, we realized that we are not compatible with my wife. Should we think that this is a test from Allah and continue?
Absolutely. So being not compatible is something where you will evolve. And how you think today is not the way you will think tomorrow. And how she thinks today is not the same. But if that thing can be changed as time goes, maybe, oh, I don't think we're compatible. She likes to sleep late. I like to sleep early. La. No, that's something you can change. She likes food that's aja. I don't like food that's... No, she can change how she's cooking, how you're cooking. You can make those changes in your life, in her life. Those are not ending marriage changes.
Do you have a memory which is very extraordinary story about your job?
Yeah, too many, because too many people live with pain and they hold it. Why do people drink? Why do people take drugs? They don't know how to get the pain outside. So they take medicine. The medicine is drinking because it makes their mind forget. It makes the marijuana, forget it. May Allah protect us. If somebody doesn't know how to release that pain, then they have to take it out. It can be violence. It can be spending money, just buying things they don't need. One sister, she have 10,000 shoes and shirts, and because I'm so upset. I'm angry. So I just spend his money. Doesn't even need it. Some things she's never worn, still the tag on it from 5 years ago. Just buying. It's disease. But why? Because in the heart, I'm upset at this. The moment she say it, the moment he hear it, the moment he acknowledges, say, yes, I understand what she said. Khalas. It makes a new life. The Prophet ﷺ said, you will not be a true Muslim, a true believer, until you love for other people what you love for yourself. If you treat your husband, your wife, the way you want them to treat you, if you talk to them the way you want them to talk to you, if you give them the way you want them to give you, if you act with them the way you want them to act with you, if you are truthful with them the way you want them to be truthful with you, if you protect them the way you want them to protect you, if you will live a happy life. Allahumma razuqna hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk. The dua of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is, oh Allah, bless us with your love and the love of those who love you. If Allah puts in your house somebody who loves Him and they are loving to you, you have been given the whole dunya. May Allah give us those who love Allah. Ameen.